Why, hello there. My name is Camilla, and you guys probably know me by my social media handles, the Broke Book Nerd, my really inactive blog, all that stuff. Um, so this is my podcast. I went out to Target. I bought like a $60 microphone that looks a lot like a robot. It looks really weird, honestly. But you know, I'm sitting on my desk. I'm talking into this weird little microphone, and I feel really good. This is really good. Um, so you might be wondering why why am I doing this? What is she? Is she okay? No, I'm not okay. I don't think many people are right now. But I've always wanted to start a podcast. I think the idea of it is so cool, just talking into a microphone and feeling all cool. And look at me, I'm techie. Everything's connected to my laptop, and I'm using an app on my laptop, like the voice memos one that, like, I didn't know I had. So, yeah, this is cool. This is my podcast. I'm gonna call it My Fictional Boyfriends. Just like, fitting in with the theme of everything. I'm flaunting so much that I'm going to talk a lot about books, but like in reality, I'm probably going to talk about multiple different topics. Some that people might find a little bit boring, but it is my podcast after all. And if you get annoyed, you can just stop listening. And I'm saying sorry in advance. So, I'm probably going to talk about movies and, books and just, little talks here and there. I don't know if you guys have seen my podcast. I mean, not my podcast, my blog prior to this, but you probably know that I write so many really ranty pieces. So this is going to be like all of it translated into a microphone for you to hear. um, so, the reason I decided to do this, honestly, is because I was inspired to actually finally go forward with all of this by just like quarantine and everything happening right now in the world. I know some people are back home and some people can't sleep well at night, and some people are probably with family members whom they don't get along with and are just finding like a form of escape. You probably can't see your friends or anything, but I'm here to guide you through it. If you need someone to just kind of, talk to you while you try to go to sleep, or, while you try to just escape a little bit and just kind of listen to something a little mundane, I think this is a podcast for you. I just, I'm doing this to help people so I can stop bothering my friends about all my rants after I finish reading books or watching movies or something. None of this is going to be educational, really. Just in case if you're like wondering. Just the one thing I hate about like books, not books, but like the people who are slightly pretentious and read like classics for fun, those people. Some of them just kind of think we're in this eternal English class whenever you read a book outside of school. And that's not me. I like to fangirl like everybody else. And quite frankly, English class was not my best subject or like my most favorite subject, honestly. I'm kind of like a math science person. Uh-oh. I can see people coming at me. Just kidding. Nobody's coming at me. I just want this to be like a fun little, podcast where you guys just listen to some random girl talking to a microphone and, can't wait until she's done. And this episode isn't gonna be this long. Honestly, it's probably at most gonna be like 15 minutes, hopefully. But yeah, I love movies too. So like, I know I'm all over the place. Just bear with me. But I love movies too. I don't know if you guys saw this movie, but it's like Wrong Turn 2, and it's like it aged not that well, and it's like a 2000s movie about just like these deformed cannibals in like the mountains of Virginia, and they eat people, and there's like this game show going on. It's a big wreck. Anyways, long story short, I ranted to a friend for like an hour and a half about how this terrible movie just completely is dissing on the American family ideals and how there are subtle feminist tones in this, talking about how females do everything and men don't. Honestly, it's y'all gotta watch the movie. It's the worst thing, and then you might see what I'm talking about, might not, who knows. Anyways, I'm getting very off topic, and there's no topics in this podcast, so yeah. You could probably say I'm chaotic academia. I don't try, but I slightly am. I'm all over the place, and I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody's perfect. My feed, you can tell, is not perfect either. It's just kind of all over the place too. So I think you probably have my vibe by now. Hopefully I'm not annoying you right now. Anyways, so, I guess that's a little bit about me. I have like notes in front of me of like what I'm going to talk about, and like I'm hitting them all at the wrong times. Anyways, so I'm Camilla. I think I should probably say a little bit about me. I just graduated high school. I'm a college dropout. No, just kidding. To the dismay of my family, I took a gap semester, and I'm gonna go to a community college so I can do my gen eds and then go to Temple and blah blah blah. I probably shouldn't disclose the location of my college. The good thing for being anonymous, Speaking of anonymity, I do not post any photos of myself on my feed. You can probably see me somewhat, but like never of my face, of course. It's not that like I'm insecure or anything like that. It's just I genuinely do not want to get made up and post a photo. And like all of my things, like all of my Instagram, the Broke Book Nerd, and my blog, and possibly this podcast then too. There's only like 2 or 3 people that follow me from my school. Shout out to you guys. And I decided to keep this a little bit more anonymous. Like I did announce it sometimes on my like private Instagram account, but I decided to kind of keep this just a little bit more of me, myself, and not have anybody from school, or anybody I know kind of look at it. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit more to protect myself. I like to keep like my private stuff private. Anyways, I think that's enough about me. As you can probably hear, my computer is dying. It's a little MacBook Air, so like it's not used to this much stress. Okay. I'm kind of nervous right now. Not gonna lie. I kind of think that this whole podcast is gonna be a failure, but like, is it really a failure? Like, I'm doing this for myself, to be honest, and like, possibly the people who stumble upon this and think I'm cool, and whomever. But this is really fun, and I'm kind of just doing this for myself and for the people who want to be here and stay in this journey. I kind of talked to you a little bit about my plan already, like books, movies, just random topics. I'm hoping a lot of these episodes aren't going to be so long, because I also don't want to like bore people, and I also don't want to like just start talking shit, sorry, profanity, but like, sometimes I talk for like way too long, and then I just start talking about things that don't make sense, and then I possibly sound a little bit rude. I am rude, but like, I don't want to be so rude, especially in my podcast. Have to keep up the good girl image. Ha ha ha. God, I'm terrible. Anyways, let me know what you guys want me to talk about. If you guys want me to talk about anything in particular. And if you guys have the same kind of thoughts as I do, comment on my posts and, DM me. DMing me is always a really good idea. I possibly won't respond as soon as you want me to, because I am a busy girl. I've been really busy this December trying to close things off. We have financial aid and then have work. I work a 9 to 5 practically too. I'm an 18-year-old and I work a 9 to 5 at an office. So that's a little, grown up of me. But yeah, and I hope you guys accompany me on this journey. And, feel free to reach out to me, talk to me. I think my first real episode, I have a few things in mind. I either possibly am going to talk about, the Throne of Glass series, because I just finished that this morning. And, it hurts, and it hurts in a really weird way. And I feel like I want to talk about that, and I think it's going to be really cool to talk about. And then I also wanted to talk about, Bookstagram and, just expectations and, aesthetics and just all this different stuff. So we'll see what episode comes out first. I think this is good for, my pilot episode, I guess you could say. My name's Camilla, and you were listening to my Fictional Boyfriends podcast. I hope you have a good day, good week, good whenever you're listening to this. And yeah, see you guys in the next episode.